The BMW X7 refresh is a case of one step forward, one step back. On the plus side, the standard turbocharged inline six-cylinder gets a boost in power and fuel efficiency thanks to the addition of a mild hybrid system. We're also fans of the crisp new widescreen display layout. But an over-reliance on virtual buttons and confounding design decisions, whose idea was it to remove the cruise control distance buttons from the steering wheel? Keep the X7 from claiming the crown in this segment. BMW has thrown a new coat of paint at its flagship three-row SUV, both in literal and figurative senses. Literally, the automaker had purged 5 exterior colors from the 2023 BMW X7 lineup but added 5 new ones, 2 blues and 3 grays, if you were wondering. But BMW marks the first-generation X7's midway point figuratively with a fresh dose of more power for its 6-cylinder engine, a rebuilt V8 engine, yet with the same power as before, a significant in-car tech overhaul, and a subtle update to the X7's otherwise bold face. A new electrical assist system is added to both of the X7's 6 and 8-cylinder engines, although the 6-cylinder benefits most. It gains 40 horsepower for a total of 375 horsepower and about 15% more low-end torque. The V8 is built from entirely new components, according to BMW, yet makes the same power as the outgoing engine. At 523 horsepower, it feels like plenty, though the 6-cylinder engine is no slouch either. The new X7 also features a sophisticated air suspension and anti-roll functions that give it a sure-footedness uncommon in its class. That helps it handle better than most rivals, with more controlled body motions around corners. Up front, the X7 features restyled headlights, with LED intensity packed into a narrower real estate. The oversized kidney grille remains a love-it-or-leave-it proposition, but assuming you love it, now you have the option to illuminate it with multiple tiny LED accents. Inside the cabin, 2 separate high-definition dash displays seamlessly join into one expansive curved widescreen, incorporating both digital driver instruments and the X7's infotainment nerve center. It's a truly impressive unit, among the best in the business, and its curvature encourages the passenger to take control of functions such as navigation that might otherwise distract a driver. The cumulative changes give the X7 an edge in a competitive class of large luxury SUVs. We're still partial to the X7's main rival, the Mercedes-Benz GLS, since it better embodies the space and luxury most buyers seek. And others like the Lincoln Navigator and Cadillac Escalade outmatch the X7 in cargo space and towing capacity. But if you prefer a big SUV that can still handle corners at high speed, the refreshed 2023 X7 is one of your best bets. Check out our test team's expert rating below for a full report. We tested the X7 xDrive 40i, which has the inline 6-cylinder engine. Boot the accelerator at any speed and the X7 pulls ahead with zero drama. At our test track, the X7 xDrive 40i accelerated from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.1 seconds. That's hugely impressive for a luxury 3-row SUV with a 6-cylinder. For comparison, the last Cadillac Escalade, with its 420 horsepower V8, mind you, we tested, needed 6.7 seconds to get to 60 miles per hour. The X7 crossover is reasonably athletic around turns for such a large SUV, especially if you compare it to truck-based alternatives. In more routine driving, the X7 is smooth and easy to drive. Transmission shifts are quick and unobtrusive. Electronic wizardry abounds to keep the X7's ride comfortable. Our test vehicle had the dynamic handling package, which includes a camera that scans the road for imperfections and actively prepares the suspension dampers to provide the smoothest ride possible. That's the idea anyway. In comfort mode, the suspension borders on floaty. We found the ride to be overly floaty when we had the X7 in the comfort setting. Switching to sport settled down the ride without compromising overall comfort. BMW makes some of the best high-end seats in the business, and the adjustable upper backrest makes it a cinch to find a perfect driving position. Exterior noise is absent except for the pleasant growl of the inline 6 under heavy acceleration. The only real downside is the climate system. The air vents are small and the automatic setting might not keep you fully satisfied with cabin temperatures or fan speed. We also thought it odd that this high-end SUV doesn't offer ventilated second-row seats. You can get them in a Kia Telluride, but the front seat's ventilation is so weak that they probably wouldn't be missed anyway. The large doors make the cabin easy to enter and exit. First row room is exceptional, and there's plenty of space in the second row for 6-footers. The third row is noticeably tighter, but some negotiation with second-row passengers makes everything work from a legroom perspective. The sloping roofline intrudes on headroom for taller backseat passengers, but the likelihood of traveling with a full complement of NBA forwards is unlikely. We're less enthused with the X7's controls. Many of the screen-based controls are frustrating to use because they're buried in menus and hard to find. We'd prefer regular physical buttons. Another issue is the lack of a button on the steering wheel to adjust the adaptive cruise controls following distance. Making adjustments to the following distance can help the driver tailor adaptive cruise to different traffic situations. The on-screen controller can't easily be accessed while driving, and we couldn't find a discernible way to adjust adaptive cruise by voice command. It's a major unforced error. The X7's tech offerings are fairly robust. There are USB-C ports in every row, plus one older USB-A up front, along with wireless connectivity for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, though we experienced occasional glitches with smartphone wireless connectivity. The upgraded 16-speaker Harman Kardon system is well worth the extra spend, while the seriously expensive Bowers & Wilkins system will impress even the most hardened audiophile. BMW's voice-activated virtual assistant is also a cut above most voice control systems in how it responds and its ability to change things like the climate control settings. But some of our drivers took issue with the onboard navigation system. They disliked the map display, too many streets shown, and the way the system doesn't provide an initial bearing to a destination. It can be difficult to know whether the location is in front, behind or 2 miles off your intended path. The X7 features a split tailgate that helps prevent items from sliding out the back if you're parked on a driveway incline. There's also a button to lower the air suspension if you're loading an especially heavy item. Cargo figures, 12.8 cubic feet behind the third row, 48.6 cubes behind the second and 90.4 cubes behind the first, are competitive against crossovers. But large truck-based SUVs such as the Escalade offer more room. There are sizable pockets in all doors, along with cup holders in each row. The front cup holders are even heated and cooled, a neat touch not found in non-luxury SUVs. Loading car seats is a breeze thanks to the ample space and easily accessible latch anchors and tethers. Our test X7's interior featured a copious amount of leather and wood, plus party tricks like glass controls and an illuminated panoramic sunroof. We're especially fond of our tester's sparkling copper metallic paint, which seems like a misnomer at first. From a distance, it looked like a pastel blue/gray, but upon closer inspection, and in direct sunlight, you can see the gold/copper undertones. Very cool. Pricing for the X7 is average for the class. The X7 doesn't set new standards, but it does offer solid value for the money. Even the base X7 is pretty fun to drive and makes a lot of sense. The strong inline-six means you no longer have to choose between efficiency and performance, which gives this powertrain an intriguing value proposition. While not exactly an M4 on stilts, the X7 is a solid performer, where rivals are content to just lumber along. The X7 suffers in the looks department, however. The latest squinty headlights, X7, did you inject Botox into your cheeks again? Are a little polarizing, as is the grille. But overall the X7 has a lot of little extras that will impress owners and their friends every day. The M60i offers remarkable performance, with a rowdy V8 that moves the big SUV with total authority and sings a glorious song along the way. But it's a commitment, both in the price on the contract and at the pump. We'd stick with the well-equipped xDrive 40i. The additional power for this year's 6-cylinder makes it more potent, and you can add many of the M60i's features as options. You'll certainly want to consider the Driving Assistance Professional package as it bundles a variety of advanced driver aids. The 2023 BMW X7 is a 7-passenger 3-row SUV available in 2 trim levels. The M60i comes with a turbocharged 4.4-liter V8 rated at 523 horsepower and 553 pounds-to-foot. Both engines pair with an 8-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive. Feature highlights include M60i. Along with its more powerful engine, the M60i adds 22-inch wheels, M Sport brakes with blue calipers, M Sport exhaust, illuminated grille, rear-wheel steering, leather upholstery, soft close doors, catches their being closed and gently pull shut rear power window sunshades, infotainment gesture control, controlling features such as volume and track selection by gesturing with your hands. Surround view camera, gives you a top-down view of the vehicle and its surroundings for tight parking situations. Automated parking system, steers into a parking spot with little or no driver intervention. 16-speaker Harman Kardon surround sound system. Most of the M60i's upgrades are available on the xDrive 40i's optional equipment. Other key options or packages for the X7 include Driving Assistance Professional Package. Adaptive Cruise Control, maintains a driver set distance between the BMW and the car in front lane. Keeping Assist, Steers the X7 back into its lane if it begins to drift over the lane marker. Collision detection with automatic lane change assist. Forward cross traffic alert, warns you if a vehicle in front you is about to cross your vehicle's path. Climate comfort package. Ventilated front seats. Heated front and rear seats. 5-zone automatic climate control. Executive package. Panoramic sunroof with embedded LED lighting. Massaging front seats. Heated and cooled cup holders. Glass shifter and controls. 23-inch wheels. Second row captain's chairs. 20 speaker Bowers & Wilkins surround sound system. Upgraded trailer hitch.